Okay, hey guys, so today we are going to be doing some Starbucks cups and personalizing them. So I've had a lot of requests for this tutorial, so I finally have finished it. So we're going to get into Cricut Design Space, and I'm going to show you actually how to personalize these free SVG files that I actually have on my blog. So I have a blank one, I have one that says coffee, and I have an apple one. So go to leapoffaithcrafting.com and grab those. And so I'm going to show you in Design Space how to actually put whatever name you want and how to edit them. And then we're going to go through and apply them on the cups. So you can do so many things. These make great gifts for teachers, for friends, for family members, for sports teams, for really anyone, or just for yourself, right? So I got these at my local Starbucks. So these are the reusable cold cups. And I went in and I couldn't find them outside if you just walk around and look. But when I went up and asked the barista, she said, oh, these ones right here. And she had a whole pile of them because they give them away with certain drinks for $1, I think. So you can buy them by themselves, and they were $3 when I bought them each. So she gave me a cup and the lid and the straw. Okay, or you can get them on Amazon, and I'll put that a link below. They have a pack. They're a little more expensive, but you can always get them there. Okay, so this one is a sports one I did with our Folsom Bulldogs, and I actually cut out volleyball, but like I said, for sports teams, you can do anything. You can cut out soccer balls or basketballs, footballs, whatever you want. You could also make cute Disney ones, maybe cut out mouse ears, really tons of stuff to do. And then you can put a name on the back side, teacher's name, whatever you want. So you can use any of the Cricut machines. You can use the Cricut Joy, or you can use the Cricut Explore family or the Maker. Then you're just going to need some permanent vinyl. So these are the Cricut permanent vinyl, or if you're not using Cricut, you need an outdoor or permanent vinyl that is waterproof. So again, these are not things that can be put in the dishwasher. You know, this is a plastic, and even on the bottom, the cup itself says to not put it in the dishwasher, but vinyl will not hold up for too long under high heat. Okay, or if you're using the Joy, then some smart vinyl or something like that, and some transfer tape, and then just your Cricut tools. Okay, so super quick and easy project. So let's jump into Design Space. Okay, so I wanted to show you how you can edit these in Cricut Design Space. So what I'm going to do is, once you're on a canvas, I'm going to click the upload, and then upload an image, and then browse, and then you're going to find the one that you downloaded from my site. So we're going to do the coffee Starbucks one and open that. And this one already comes in with the coffee cut out. So I'm going to click save. You can see I've already uploaded a bunch in here. I'm going to click the insert. Okay, so now you're going to want to put like a name up here if you want. So I'm just going to click on text. I'm just going to put in all caps. I'm going to put my name in here, and this is the font I am using. This is what I used for coffee. It's called Santana Black, and I linked that in my post, and I'll link it below of where you can find that. It's just a free font online you can find if you don't have it already in your computer. Okay, so I'm going to put this up here, and I'm going to kind of center it to start out with. This is just kind of a lot of playing around and trial and error on here to get it to fit in here. So I'm going to kind of align here, center horizontally. So now it's kind of centered of where it would be. Okay, so now I'm just going to click on it, and this is where the curve function comes in. So I'm just going to drag this over to the right so it actually goes down. But as it curves down, the spaces are a little bit too big for me. So I'm going to actually decrease the letter space. So up here, I'm just going to start pushing this down until it's about where I like it. And then I'm going to come back to curve and maybe curve it a little bit more, so it looks like it's about even there. And move it up a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to put them both in a box again and just align to see if I'm still centered. So moved it a little bit, but so I'm going to click on it and kind of actually rotate it. So it looks like it fits in there pretty well. Okay, so once it's how I like it, I'm going to actually click on the name itself and I'm going to weld them. I know it's not cursive, and we've talked about how you need to weld cursive things in so it becomes one cut file, but when you're doing this, it will not slice out if it's not welded together. Okay, so if you click attach and try to slice, it's not going to do it because it's too many. It's more than one letter. Okay, so I'm just going to click weld, and you'll see up here on the right it says weld, and then I'm going to put them both back in a box, and now I'm going to click the slice down on the right. Okay, and you'll see when I move it out of the way that it's all cut out there. So I'm just going to move this and delete that off. Okay, so say if you want to make one like this, it says teacher fuel or mom fuel or bridesmaid fuel or happy birthday or something that's totally different. You're just going to upload the one that I have that is totally blank. So I've already uploaded it in here, so I'm going to insert this. Okay, and obviously you can change the colors to anything you like, and don't change the size once it's in here. This is the size that fits perfectly for me on the cups, the cold cups that I am putting it on. If you start changing the size of this, it will not work as well. Okay, so we're going to add a text, and so I'm just going to do teacher on one box, add another box, and we'll put fuel in. Okay, so we're just going to do it the same way. I'm going to move this up here, and then I'm going to click on curve, and actually I'm going to slide it down to the left so it actually curves up now. Okay, and then I'm actually going to decrease the letter space a little bit. And rotate that just a tad. Okay, so I'm going to weld these together. And then I'm just going to put a box around just these two and click slice. So now I can click on these and move those out of the way. Okay, so now we're going to do the teacher. So I'm going to push this to the back actually. So I'm just going to arrange, send it back. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing, and this is kind of a bigger word. So I'm actually going to decrease the size a little bit. Again, use my cursor to get both of them in one, and then I'm going to align them centrally. Okay, and then I'm going to start curving it to the right, so it curves down. And I'm going to start decreasing letter size so we get it closer together. And then go back to the curve and curve it more. So then I'm actually going to decrease my font size up here to make them smaller so I can get it to fit. And again, like I said, you're just kind of messing with these things. So you're going to be messing with the curve, the letter space, and maybe the font size up here. So I'm going to, oops, don't want to go that way. I want to go this way. And then I'm going to move it over. Curve, maybe curve it slightly up. Let me get the letters a tad closer and a tad smaller. Okay, and when I make them smaller, I do have to kind of uncurve it a little bit. Okay, and then maybe I need to rotate it a little bit. And pull it down. So it's a little finicky on this thing. Oops, that went a little bit. You can also add the numbers in here. every time I let it go, it kind of goes out a little bit. Okay. So that looks pretty centered and good. Okay, so again, I'm going to come down and weld this together. And then I'm going to use my cursor to get both of them in a box, and now slice it. Move that out, and then just delete these off. Okay, so that's how you edit these pretty quick. It's just a little bit of kind of manipulating those letters. You can always use different fonts if you want. So really you can add kind of anything on these things. Okay, so these are the ones I'm going to end up making. And like I said, you can use any Cricut. I'm going to use my Joy to cut this one out, and then my Explore to cut these out. But just because I wanted to show you could do it on any machine there is. But I wanted to show you real quick how I did this one too that has the volleyballs. So if you can do this for any sports team, you can put in footballs, basketball, soccer balls, whatever you want. That's another cute way, even maybe Mickey Mouse ears, things like that. So what you can do is I'm going to upload just the basic one that I have for you. And I know this has stars, but I'm just going to show you quickly how to get rid of these stars. So if you're not familiar with the contour tool, this is where it comes in. It's a great tool. Down here on the right side, I'm going to click it, and it comes up super big. So I'm just going to actually minus it. And what it does is it actually will hide anything that you don't want. So we don't want these stars here. So all I have to do is actually click on it, and you'll see that this turns gray over here. And I'm going to click on this one, and that one turns gray. So I'm just going to X out of this, and you'll notice that they're gone. So super quick way to get rid of parts that you don't want. So then if you want to add a ball in there, all that I did was, let's get an image. Say we want to do a soccer ball. Just going to search soccer ball. Okay, so let's pick maybe this one here. Okay, so we're going to bring it in, and it just has one layer, which is great. So I'm just going to change the size of it and put it right there in the middle. And so I have that one, and I'm actually just going to duplicate it. So I have two, and put the other one on the side here, kind of in the middle. And then just to make sure that they're aligned, I'm going to click on this one, hold my shift down, click on this one, and come up to align, and I'm going to just center vertically, and so that they're centered there. So now I'm going to actually slice these out, but I can't do two at a time, so I'm just going to do one. So I'm going to click on this, hold my shift, click on the circle, come down to the right, click on slice, and then click on this, click on it again because there's two parts of it. You'll see that that cut out. Okay, so when it does things like that, it moves this to the front. So what I'm going to do is click my arrange and then just send that to the back. So now you can see that one again. So again, I'm going to click on this, hold my shift, click on that, and then again, hit slice. Okay, and I'm just going to erase these. So that's how you can put different things in here. And then again, just do as we did before, with putting whatever words you want on there and using the curve function and slicing those out. Okay, so now let's cut this out and put it on a cup. So if you're using Explore, turn your wheel to the vinyl setting, or on the Maker, or if you're using the Joy, set your vinyl setting on the drop-down menu, and then place a piece of vinyl on your mat, and when the flashing light is blinking, load your mat, and then when the other light starts to blink, push that so the Cricut can start cutting. Okay, so now that everything is cut, I'm going to weed it out, and this is the cup I'm going to be putting it on. So first I'm actually just going to clean it off real quick with just some rubbing alcohol. and let that dry. Okay, so I'm just gonna pull off all the extra vinyl here. Okay, so once I have everything, I'm going to apply some transfer tape to them. And this I had a little left over, so I'm just going to stick that on this one and scrape it down. So the easiest way I found to make sure this is straight is to make sure when I cut it that this was a new sheet of paper or a straight cut paper that has a good line up there. And then with my transfer paper, this one has grids on it, and this was actually the top of it, so I know that this is super straight, or I could cut it on a line to make it straight. So I'm just going to line up the two tops together so I know that it's straight. I'm just going to lay it right there at the top and then push it down. Again, scraping it well. And turn it over and scrape this side. Okay, and yes, my mats are very dirty. Okay, so now this is dry and we're gonna put this on it. So I'm just gonna kind of put things on the side of it just to prop it up so it doesn't move on me. Okay, so then I'm gonna pull the backing off of this. Okay, and then I'm going to align it, and since it's straight, I'm going to try to align one of these lines across the middle of the logo so I know that it's straight. And then I kind of push down one side to know that I have just a little bit on each side, that it looks very straight. And so then I'm going to push the middle down first, and then I'm going to kind of pull on the side and pull that all the way down. And then again on the other side, I'm going to pull that a little bit and push that down. So what I was trying to line up was these kind of horizontal lines here with the logo kind of, you know, there's a little line in here, and trying to line it up on the same on that side, just so I knew it was pretty straight there. But you could also go by the volleyballs or the stars or whatever you have and just kind of line them up about equal on each side there. So now I'm just going to use my finger, or you can use a scraper and really scrape this down well. And again, this is the permanent vinyl. So once it's on here, we'll need to cure, or just leave it alone, not getting it wet for 72 hours to make sure that it's really sealed on there. Okay, so then I'm just going to pull off my transfer tape. Okay, so there that is, and I'm not seeing any bubbles. If there is a bubble, you can just use your finger and try to push it out to one of the sides so that the air goes out the edge of the vinyl. Okay, so now I'm just going to put on the last name on the back. I'm going to peel this off and turn it around here. And I'm just going to stick this right on the top there. Again, scraping it down well. And removing that. Okay, so there you go. You have name on the back side. Obviously this is optional. You can also do it, you know, if you want it to go down the side. And then there's one with the Folsom Bulldogs for volleyball. Like I said, you can put, you know, footballs, basketballs, whatever sport, soccer balls, whatever they play in there if you want to do it for a school or a team. Or like this one that just has a name on it. Okay, so I hope that helped on how to apply these and how to edit the free SVG file that I have on my blog.